I don't know what that means, but sure, we're back.
Space Marine Dreadnought.
A Space Marine Dreadnought? Chaos Space Marine or a regular Space Marine?
Regular, and I'm going to convert it to Chaos.
That's not a thing you can do. Space Marines don't convert to Chaos.
You are wrong.
I'm totally right, and I happen to know it. Friends, welcome back to the second half of this show, the Somethingest episode of this particular series. I'm Arthur Perkins. This is APGamingREAL. I'd like to thank Rachel Messer for rating us midway through. She's a voice actor and voice acting coach who's in Paladins and Smite and also some animes. You know, like, what's that one about the girls who all wear stripper outfits? Bastard Magical Instructor.
I was about to say that is
not narrowing it down.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Are we just talking about all anime right now? Like, what's going on?
Man. I'm gonna let that one pass. All of you get a surprise round as you pop out of the sands to fight the Lizard King Belial and his spy. So my question is, are you attacking the spy at all? It sounded like maybe you wanted to leave him alive, maybe not. It wasn't clear to me.
If he starts to run,
well, here, look at it this way. I mean, if he starts to run, we're in the middle of a fucking desert. Where's he gonna go?
More desert.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. So, you know, but I know I'm gonna go straight for Lizard King here.
Okay, I'm not gonna put the spy on the battle map then. If you guys are just gonna let him run away and your plan is to chase him down later.
Yeah, I mean, either we'll get him or the desert will.
So we're doing surprise round, but we need initiative. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, twice.
Garbage.
and one of us could hunters mark him.
I'm gonna take that 24 though, boys.
Oh, I don't think I can do better than that.
That DACA.
That 24, 23. Yeah.
I'm fucking lost. Annoys me.
Don't forget, DACA. We get advantage on the first attack against it.
All four of you force yourselves out of your sand holes, pushing the sand away from you, pushing away reeds and plants, popping out of the desert, suddenly armed and ready to begin combat. The spy doesn't even notice what's going on, whereas the Lizard King Belial is just shocked. He's just standing there holding the reins to his lizard and is just like, what? Akram, you're up first.
Bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay, what are you Hunter's marking?
The Lizard King.
Very well.
And then I'm going to open fire.
Very well.
Get him.
So, and I do get advantage on this first one because I'm going before he is acted. So 22 for 12.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So Hunter's Mark, and I get a second attack as well.
Good start.
So for 4.
And he's dead. That's his entire.
So this is Gloomstalker attack. 20 for 9. That gets Hunter's Mark, and it gets the extra D8 for that thing that I always fucking forget to do. So that's
Solid first round by the dwarf man.
And then that's the Gloomstalker bonus damage on that, and that will be my turn.
You crank that crossbow, firing out a first bolt, then firing 2 bolts into Lizard King, who's just standing there dumbfounded. DACA.
Bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
The king himself. And then we shooting him, hopefully.
You do get
16?
advantage.
You shoot
19.
at him, and it will hit.
And Hunter's Mark. Where are you? There we are. 2 extra.
Okay.
Should I start softening it?
Dude, lay into him as hard as you can, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, the only thing I do is horde breaker his lizard.
I mean, if it's a free action.
Yeah, fuck his lizard up.
All right.
Do it, dude.
I mean, if it's a free, yeah, might as well.
Shooting the big lizard.
Up hardcore last time, dude.
And this one's even bigger.
Nope.
Have you mended your bow since the last time?
Yes, we use
Okay.
mending
On the way.
I have a cleric spell for that.
Well, he gets
After some time down there in the stand.
Doesn't he get advantage on this shit though?
No.
because they haven't acted yet.
That doesn't give you advantage automatically.
It's a ranger thing though.
Is it a ranger thing?
It's part of the UA ranger thing. I'll pull it up, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, UA ranger thing. Okay.
I'll double check.
find me a reference for that before I describe this bow starting to break.
We'll do that right now. Well, they've mended it though.
You know, as long as we're here, let me talk to you about D&D Beyond and the D&D Beyond extension. If you're watching live, you can even just move your mouse over the screen, turn that D&D Beyond on, and look at all these wonderful characters and pull up their stats and shit. It's amazing what the power of science can do. Did you know that you can go to dndbeyond.com, link your Twitch account, and get started today building your favorite characters?
On your first turn during combat, you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not yet acted.
Very well.
Natural Explorer, page 2.
Your bow does not begin snapping. Instead, you hit for 11 points of damage. Give me that.
Dude,
Hunter's Mark.
Highest roll on 2 damage attacks back to back.
I don't have Hunter's Mark on the lizard.
Oh, right. Sorry, I gotta give big guy self back then. The lizard. That's right, you were horde breakering. Finley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm already rolling at advantage because this guy's surprised, yeah?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to hit him with my short bow, and any hit that I do is a critical hit.
Because you're an assassin?
Yep. So 20.
Roll the extra damage.
So you get an extra D6 in there.
Yeah, right? Just a D6.
Extra D6, and then you also add in your sneak attack damage because he's unaware.
Right. So it's 3 and hold on.
3D6, I believe.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it should have been 3D6.
No, you get an extra 6, and then you get 3D6. So that's right.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
you get an extra 6 in there.
7.
You get an extra D6 in there.
What's the extra D6 from?
No, I've rolled 3 D6s.
Well, you said it's a crit, right?
Yeah.
It is a crit, but crit doesn't apply to sneak attack.
No, that's what I'm saying. So his sneak attack is 3D6, and his crit is 2D6. You only
My
rolled
sneak
1.
attack is 2D6.
It goes to 3d6 at level 5.
7.
Yeah.
That's 19 points of damage.
Sorry, I'm getting my shit confused. My
You're
bad.
good. I just did 19 points of damage to the face, though.
Yeah. You got anything else you want to do?
No, I think I've done quite enough.
Kelly.
Watch me fail, boys. Okay, so am I able to hit him? Or like if I go next to the lizard, am I able to hit the king?
Yes.
Okay.
He counts as being in every square that the lizard is.
Okay, cool. So that's 20 feet. Cool. I will swing a weapon with fire on it, Arthur.
That'll hit.
18.
Tell me how you defeat the Lizard King Belial.
Oh man.
He only had like 50 HP-ish?
That's 85 hit points, boy.
That was 85?
Yeah,
Dang,
you gotta go back and count the numbers up.
You're
Kel.
welcome.
Dang. Hot damn. I think we all did like a lot of damage there.
Yeah, I guess Agram hit him with like almost 30 damage right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And then
All right. So I pop out of the hole, lightsaber my sword out, because, you know, I have to turn it on fire, and I run up and I just fucking skewer the guy just straight through the heart. He's just like rearing back, and I'm just like, just ram it straight through him. And I just, with the momentum, I just rip him off the back of the...
He starts to slide off the lizard, and the lizard immediately consumes his body. Half of him is out of the lizard's enormous mouth. Agram.
Can I get his head?
I mean, you're gonna need another attack to get the head before this guy eats it.
Okay, well, in that case, I will like to
action
attack
surge.
the lizard.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna attack the lizard. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, if I can stop him from, I'll cut this guy. This is the Lizard King. Bringing back his head to our employer is going to be a big windfall. So, absolutely. I will. First, I will War Priest. Which will give me an extra attack.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I rolled the exact same thing last time, except the 5 and the 1 are in opposite places.
That's what, 41 points of damage?
Yeah.
You stab the lizard deep and hard. It rolls in the process. You just kind of slice out a part of it, and just like this almost, you know, like huge chunk, like this big, falls off of its body and blood is pouring out.
Fucking hell.
Is this a 50-gallon bucket of melted American cheese?
What is it with you guys and the amount of American cheese being the amount?
It's because the lizard has slime and melted American cheese.
It's a standard unit of measurement.
That's not even close to a standard unit.
It's like a butt ton.
Let me ask you,
A
standard unit of
measurement
measurement in what system of measuring? American?
It's like a butt ton, okay?
How many metric fuck tons of slime come out of this thing?
A butt ton.
There you
go. Agrim, your turn rolls around.
The lizard's still up?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm assuming Doc and I will both free action move or Hunter's Mark when that guy dies.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then I will, open fire on the lizard. After I see Kelly go for it, I'm like, okay. So 15 for 12 hits. Okay, roll my 5 more. And that will be it.
Naka.
I'll attack the lizard, but I'm gonna. Where's the trader?
He hasn't even started running yet.
He's just like, what the fuck?
He's standing adjacent to Kelly. Kelly is like burst out next to him, and this guy's like, no!
Well, his boss just got fucking John Wicked, so.
I'll just yell at him to like, stay put or we will rip your innards out.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Hell yeah. With advantage. Come on. Come on.
It's 22 anyway.
He drops to the ground and throws his hands over his head.
Little bit of pee-pee comes out.
No.
Little bit of pee-pee.
You should already know that with still stoots, you need to keep as much water inside in the desert as possible.
16 for the lizard?
That'll hit.
Cool.
You will defeat the lizard of the Demon King, or the Lizard King Belial. In the space of less than 10 seconds, you guys ambush and murder the Lizard King Belial and his loyal mount.
Holy shit. Good God, guys.
Yeah, it's a fucking assassination. You guys planned it out perfectly. You found out where he was. You arrived early. You investigated the area. You hid successfully.
What the hell is the plans working out with us?
Yeah, I know. This group is so weird.
Here's the thing. We keep doing fights where we're taking shit on head on. Ambushes. I mean, we got a rogue and 2 fucking rangers. Like,
that's true.
Ambush should be our, our primary tool there. But
yeah.
But I mean, I guess we pull the king's body out and see if he has anything on him, and then try and tie up this other guy, I guess.
Well, I'll throw some rope at Kelly and just like secure him, please.
I want his head.
This is a good idea.
He says, no, please. I need my head. You do not require my head. Do not kill me.
Head.
Oh. You can do whatever you want with him. I don't like him.
Everything's dead. You can get his head after you just tie him up.
I'll tie him up. Shit, I don't care.
Sure.
Okay.
You're going to be talking to us about what's going to happen here.
You pull out the body of the Lizard King Belial. He has almost nothing on him except for a trident that he had on his back. There isn't even saddlebags on his lizard. He just rode bareback.
Giggity.
Wow.
Well, the testicles are internal, so...
Can we tell, did he come from somewhere close then?
Yeah, he came from the northeast. So the spy is rolling around on the ground and says, please, no. There's no need to hurt me. I'm on your side. I work for Lord Tung Sang Wei. You work for him, yes?
Don't fucking lie to us.
I would never lie to you. I am far too afraid of you to lie to you.
Tung Sang Wei is gonna probably want to have a few words with you.
That is excellent. I would love to see my good friend Tung Sang Wei. You should take me to him away from here as soon as possible. There's no need to keep me tied up. I will go with you willingly.
We're waiting for the ambush that was, I assume, set up beforehand.
He came here to discuss ambushing. There's no ambush set up. Nothing is going to happen, and we need to be away from here. When someone comes to a
bitch slapped by a man wearing a plate gauntlet before,
I have not.
It hurts. I've seen it.
Too.
No.
Because I will bitch slap you if you don't.
Why are you bitch slapping me? I am cooperating with you fully. Look, untie me so I can make gestures. It's very difficult to speak with you with my hands tied.
Duck is gonna like get a piece of cloth or like something, just like, even if he has to rip it off his own cloak or whatever.
No, take it off the corpse, dude.
Yeah, well, he doesn't
have any clothing,
right? Yeah, he doesn't wear cloth.
Yeah,
I'll,
he's just completely naked. He's a lizard man.
I'll skin a section of the lizard, so he has like a lizard skin thing to like blindfold this.
Oh my god! Oh, it's all wet and bloody and fleshy. He's like, no, don't do this. No, this is disgusting. It's unsanitary. I will get diseases. Parasites could get in my eyes.
If you don't shut up, I'm gonna get another strip and shove it in your mouth.
Okay, I'm shutting up.
There you go. I'm gonna blindfold him and like get him in the middle, or like in the open, kind of like over here, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I'll like huddle the party together and be like, we can use him as bait if there is an assassin or an assault team coming in, or an ambush coming in.
There's no assault team coming in. The team doesn't know to come in.
I'm going out of earshot of him.
Okay, all right.
So he can't hear what the plan is. Like, if there is an ambush coming here already, we can leave him as bait, hide again, ambush the ambush, make sure all the loose ends are tied up.
All right.
That sounds good.
What was he saying, Daka? I mean, not Daka, Agram, what were they saying?
They were sitting there talking about how they were going to ambush him just like the last time, and how it'd just be, you know, pizza cake, just as planned, that sort of thing. So I assume there's definitely a fucking ambush on the way.
You want to let our friend know that you know what he was saying?
Oh yeah, I'll go back over to him and slap him across the face.
Ah! Who is slapping me now? It's the tiefling, isn't it?
Hey, dumbass! I speak Draconic. I heard everything you and King Lizard Dick over there
said.
Oh,
good. You know that look, I have lived a very difficult life. I've somehow ended up among these savage lizard folk people who are not at all like the wonderful and great lizard folk along the river. Look, I have to do what I can to survive out here, but I'm doing what I can in order to put events in the favor of Lord Tang Sang Wei, okay?
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's traitors.
Yes, I agree with you.
I'm all for using him as bait. I mean, I overheard
using me as bait? No, why are you using me as bait? For what? A wyvern? No, wyverns won't like me. I am skinny.
So what do you guys, is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to catch a wyvern? I don't understand.
Tie him up to a tree, Arthur.
There are no trees.
I'm just gonna leave them out in the open.
Oh, these aren't trees, these are bushes? Okay.
They're like ferns. As I mentioned, they're very flat and they just spread out as much space as possible to catch water.
Alright, I'm tying him to a rock.
Alright, Prometheus.
We could nail him down, like tie his hands to his ankles and then nail something into the ground so he can't get up.
There's probably like blood and shit everywhere, right?
Yes, you did just murder 2 people.
How big is this oasis?
As like big as it shows on the map, so like several hundred feet wide.
So we can like, is it deep enough to possibly...
Oh, you mean the water? The water's only about 30 or 40 feet wide.
And you said that they came from
the water
north.
depth is about 10 feet. You probably would not be able to hide the giant lizard's corpse in it. It's way too big.
But shit, I actually have manacles. I didn't realize that. Okay.
You got manacles back when you were trying to command people to stand still and put the manacles on? You remember that? You're like, I'll get them to put the manacles on, and I was like, that's not gonna work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there a trail left by like the giant lizard thing that would show exactly where it came from?
Yes, it came from the northeast. It is. So these things, if you recall, they travel on their stomach and then like swim through sand. So there is a enormous trail.
Like northeast, as in this northeast, or like
that's northwest. So it's like east, but in the wrong direction.
But the other way.
I mean, you could theoretically climb up there and take a look and see what's over there.
That's true, and you know that your caravan plus at some point the monks will be arriving in the northwest, and I think your plan is to send the monks in here, from what I remember you telling Exus.
Yeah, we were going to send the monks in and then let the monks start the thing, and then we were going to flank the enemy from...
It's a little late for that. I mean, Sanchitar is going to show up and be like, what's going on, guys? Everyone's dead.
Attack of opportunity.
For some reason, he became the Count from Sesame Street. I see two dead lizards.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up as far as I can on this thing.
Yeah, make an athletics check.
I think I'm good at athletics, am I?
His strength.
You know, no matter how good you are at athletics, the dice will do. Okay, yeah, you're pretty good at athletics.
I got proficiencies.
Well, I got hammer and pittance, so I mean, we could always just
You climb to the top. There's no problem. You almost are basically able to do this freestyle without anything. You're just like, yeah.
Well,
you're at like the maximum ability a human could do unaided.
My favorite terrain is like rocks and stones and mountains. So like this is something I've been doing since I was a kid.
Well, with UA Ranger now, you have favorite terrain in every terrain, I believe. But right?
I thought that was at a later level. I
don't know. Atomic's been sending me stuff occasionally, and I'm like, you don't have favorite terrain. He's like, we have favorite terrain everywhere.
That's for navigation only.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, you're standing at the top of the Tigris Tiger. What are you looking for? You're looking to the northeast to see the path of where the lizard came from?
Yeah, if there's anything like on the top of the dunes or any other structures that are
base or something,
Yeah.
Maybe like a lizard army waiting.
You don't see a lizard army, but you do see to the northeast at the very edge of the shimmering sands. You can see that there are several mounted lizard folk, about 5 of them, waiting. They're kind of looking in your direction. One of them points and has clearly seen you standing alone on top of this thing. And they all turn and begin moving away. They disappear into the shimmers rather quickly. But there's no massive army out somewhere. There's just nothing now in any direction.
I'll relay that, but then also...
I would stay up there.
Last time we fought these things, they had to leave and come back for some reason.
Well, that was part of the truce thing, but I think it might behoove us to either wait for the monks and also you stay up there because they could just be scouts and then they're fucking off to go get more dudes.
True. Yeah, I'll just like stay up here. I'll like lay prone if I need to go stealth. Just being prone on top of a tall thing. As long as they can't see me.
Plus you're purple, so.
Really, really easy to see. Yeah, you lie down.
Though. I can just like Jedi cloak it on top of this thing.
If only you had one of those sick pink cloaks like the storyteller had.
Yeah, and make people drink my spit for amusement.
I don't remember that.
I mean, it was pretty funny for me.
I don't remember that.
You know what was also pretty funny? Fucking dropping Lizard King about 1 round. That was fun for me.
Yeah, that's fun for me. I enjoyed that.
You hang out on top of the Tigris Tiger or the Lion of the Sands, whatever we want to call it, depending on which culture it is.
Sphinx Light.
What about the rest of you? I mean, how long are you going to leave Daka chilling on top of a hot sand structure?
Well, we're waiting for the monks to show up, right?
He's he'll be fine.
In about 2 hours,
it was comfortable.
The monks show up. Daka, you spot them coming miles away. Sanchitar and his guys look like they're doing pretty well across the desert. Each of them has instead of a backpack, they've got a thing of water on their back, like a keg. And they've got themselves completely covered in the same kind of white robes that the trader spy has. Mm-hmm. And they approach and just see Kelly, Daka, and Finley, and are just like, nice job. That looks like the Lizard King Belial and his favorite mount. You can tell because of how big he is. Lizard Kings are always that size.
Yeah, he was pretty big.
Well, he's about a head shorter now.
Was there any trouble on the way here? I saw a group of 5. They skittered off.
We haven't
when they
seen
saw me.
anything. We did find your campsite this morning. It appears you have done pretty good work clearing your way through here. We'll take the spy off your hands and head back.
I mean, sure.
Well,
Are we? We're
we
gonna
may as
head,
well.
well, I mean, that's right. We gotta go head off.
We may as well hub back as a group and be safer that way.
If you wish. I had thought, and then he like looks around at the tiger and just is like, I would have thought the allure of ancient treasures would be too much for adventurers like you to handle, but if you wish to come back with us, we have plenty of water and good food. And
This place will be here when we get back.
very well, let us return then.
Oh, sure.
We gotta.
All right.
We gotta.
Doggett doesn't have a good feeling about like leaving
Yeah, I don't.
me out there.
Yeah, we don't know how many more they could return with, so I'm fine with that. Plus, we got this whole library thing we can do.
Yeah, we got that library thing, and you know we can merry-make for a while, and then come back and probably be better off for it.
Yeah.
Proof.
So we'll go grab access.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
bring-
you
I'll
head
bring
you head
both
back
of
to
them.
Exus, and all of you travel as a group. Sanchitar, all of his monk apprentices.
I'll take that Triton, by the way.
Okay, it is a solid iron trident.
Nice. No, nothing.
It is way too big for you to wield easily in combat.
That's all right. It's more like a trophy more than anything.
I thought the head was the trophy.
I mean, the head is for
There's lots of trophies.
Mr. Thingamabob, but I'm a warrior. I'll take a Trident, and who knows? It might be magical.
Only 6 more tokens of tokens of victory, then you can get an eraser.
I hate those Chinese finger traps.
3 days later, you arrive at the river, and Exus acts as your boatman for your group, and Sanchitar and his group find a second boatman, and they get pulled, because of course they have to go against the flow of the river now, but you guys get priority clearance to use the north bank and travel as fast against the current as you can back to Lord
Is the trader still wearing the lizard skin?
I mean, you tell me, man. I don't know what you want to do with this guy.
I would like him to.
That if that's your fetish, man, then
It is.
Like blood running, dried blood running down his face, covered in sand.
Look, you
From
should have thought about that before you started getting, innocent people fucking killed. So whatever. Fuck him.
so you guys need to mark down that you use 3 days rations each.
All right.
Plus, you need to give an extra ration to both Exus and the trader.
Okay. So in order to get back up to 10, we're looking at
It's gonna have to go buy
another 8 rations per person or something like that.
But we're guests, so they'll give them to us for free, I guess.
I'm running low.
I mean,
As
they're not
in,
going to give you any more food, but they will feed you and they'll feed you and provide you with rest anywhere you go in the Empire.
So we won't need to spend rations in the town.
Yes, you'll need to spend rations on the trip back, but once you're back in the town, it's no problem.
Okay.
You arrive back at Lord Tongsang Wei's palace, if you could call it that, more like government hall, on the 25th of Wet. He appears to be speaking with a fairly tall tiefling with kind of pink and blue spots against black skin. And he's got fully black eyes, kind of like a goat, with yellow irises. And Lord Tongsang Wei says, "One moment, teacher. I must speak with these people. You have returned
I walk in with both the heads of the 2 lizards, and I'm just like, job's done.
You've returned with the head of the Lizard King Belial, which is far, far more than I expected. I had simply only hoped that you would take care of the raiders. But what Exus told me in this letter that he sent is, you have gone above and beyond. You have even brought back the traitor to me. And that is good. If you would but turn him over to me, we will begin getting the truth out of him.
Not like the people part and like send him in, like push him probably pretty roughly.
Lord Tong Sang Wei like waves a hand, and like two of the spearmen like slam their spears against their shield and then move forward and like grab him. He's like, no, please, I'm on your side, no! And then he begins breaking out a Nistel, and everyone's just like, take the traitor away, boo, hiss. They begin taking him outside. It sounds like they're gonna do some sort of ceremony for people to shame him before finding out what truths he has.
Hear a bell later.
The shaming bell? Not quite.
Oh God!
This Lizard King Belial. He gave you any trouble? It sounds as if the battle against him was over quickly and almost epic.
Oh, really quick.
We managed to get the drop on him. We weren't going to take any chances in him getting away, or
Once he was a
taste of
different
his
man.
cowardly medicine. Mm-hmm.
I had thought once that the Lizard King Belial would be able to be sued for peace, but now his ways have gone too far. Once I knew him as Sisi Tali, and we will bury him as such. Might I impose upon you for that head?
Sure, yeah.
I thank you. Tomorrow.
If you want, I like put his spear, I take his spear out of his trident now, and it's like, you can bury him with this as well if you like, if you want to honor him, but if you don't.
I wish to honor him. Though it is a complicated situation.
Well, if you two were friends,
pretend to understand it, but sure.
If you were friends, you'll take comfort to know he died very quickly.
There is no comfort in his death, but very well. I believe, as promised, I shall reward you with access to the libraries here, as you have requested.
And merriment for the friends.
Indeed. Indeed. Tomorrow I would like to have a private ceremony, just the four of you and Excess and myself. I would speak with you on a particular subject concerning the Dwarven Holds. As you mentioned, you are a Dwarven Elder, and what you have done for me, knowing that the salt was coming, has allowed me to secure prosperity for my people. There is more prosperity that could be secured in more favors. And speaking of favors, there is someone that I believe that you should speak to. He has been waiting for you since he heard that you were here, and has traveled a great distance across the Empire to speak with you. His name is Adjudicator Tal Sang Wen. And the tiefling kind of like nods toward all of you. So you notice now that he's got more focus on him that this guy is not wearing like imperial clothing or desert clothing at all. He's kind of dressed more like the monarchy that you originally have woken up in every time, but in noble clothing. And he gestures and says, I would be greatly honored to speak with all of you for a few minutes of your time if you would like to step back into the library with me.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
The monarchy, like, is there like pictures inside of the cave that we come in?
Well, he's saying that the guy is in the style of like
the style of clothes that you're used to back from like the farmlands and
Magnar.
Yes,
okay.
he's from Magnar.
Okay.
So
I think Magnar is regular fantasy clothing.
Yes.
And then the Sunpath Empire is like, the
curved swords,
Arabian style.
Well,
clothing,
it's
whatever.
India, Middle East,
just
and like Southeast Asian.
Desert peoples.
It's a fucking long ass river with 40 cultures packed into it. So he goes back into the library and begins clearing everybody out and sits up around a round table and sits down and says, "Come, sit, let us speak.
Obviously.
I am a philosopher And I speak in politics, strategy, and military ethics. I'm an ambassador of sorts. Well, I am literally an ambassador.
An ambassador of Magna?
For who?
Well, in some ways you could consider me an ambassador of Magnar, but no. I speak for the free people. I speak for the Demon Lord, Stalvin Black. He has taken some interest in your adventuring party as it moves through the world.
We've noticed.
And I have taken some personal interest in your actions here. You seem to be well informed, well equipped, capable, and independent.
I would agree.
All right, enough fluffing around. What are you actually doing here? What's your motive?
Fluffing around. Motive. You act as if I am buttering you as if you are bread, but I simply wish to let you know of my level of respect for your capabilities before we speak of why we are speaking.
Okay, I guess I'll return the favor. I like your clothing.
Thank you.
I
You could have clothing like it.
Do all of Stalvin Black's close friends talk in circles like he does?
Not many of the other close advisors are capable of keeping up with me. I am much wiser than they.
Not wise enough to stay away from Black.
Stalvin Black is an incredible man.
It's not a man.
He is more mortal than God, which is good because what we seek is an end to the hierarchy of the gods.
I'm pretty comfortable with the fact that I have a god, and I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Are you comfortable?
Guff has treated me well.
Has she?
Yes.
What even are the gods? Allow me to ask you a question as a philosopher. When one needs rain, we pray to Wellwind, who brings the rain, and it comes and washes over us, cleaning our cities and refilling our wells. When one needs justice.
I'm going to stop you right there, because my god pushes me towards glorious battle. And thus far, I've had many glorious battles, and I don't necessarily know much about those other gods or what they claim to be. There's only one god.
Should you always fight? Why should a god control all battle? Why should a god control all fighting? Is God then responsible for all death in the world?
No.
Probably, yes.
Many people die in stupid, frivolous ways, but battle is different. I assume if someone as pampered as you has never been in an actual battle.
And you would rather give the mantle of control, creation, death, war over to a single individual?
No. We wish all of those mantles to be free. No individual, nothing, no group would lay claim to them. They would simply exist as they are, rather than be used as control. We do not dance like puppets to the will of the gods. We wish to take off the yoke of their destinies. They cannot write their stories upon all of us. I would have thought that the four of you would understand this the best.
Well, we are in a unique situation.
I can see that.
It's not exactly the gods that put us here either.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I don't think we really know that or not, for sure.
That curse that you bear, I can see it. It seems particularly powerful.
No shit.
What kind of creature do you think could do something like that? Do you know? Do you care?
I mean,
have you never questioned your own god?
I have, actually.
I can see that you, perhaps, big man, my message might not come to you, but I hope that the rest of you, that some seed has been planted, that you might come to recognize that the world around you is twisted. It is not as it should be, as it could be, or as it will be. And that Solvin Black, while he might be flawed, the organization that he leads is one of unity, democracy, and freedom. If you are ready, when you are ready, we will accept you into our ranks. That is all I have to say for today, unless you have any questions about our great crusade.
Let me ask you this. Do you have any knowledge about our current situation? If you can see this curse.
I can see it, yes. It shines on the back of your necks strongly.
And what of it? What do you make of it?
I know nothing of it. I have not seen it before, although the shape of it is in a symbol that has appeared throughout history. There are several ruins which bear its mark.
Ancient dead race here, we know.
It would seem that you are as or better informed than I am about this. Although I should not be surprised that you are looking for a solution to your own problem. You're a quiet little one.
Well, I'm just still trying to figure out how you know so much about this.
I am a seeker of knowledge.
I mean, aren't we all?
No, there are many who not only do not care about knowledge, but actively prevent it from spreading. One would think that the gods are that very force.
He said he had like pink dots?
Yes, he has pink and blue dots on his skin.
Is the pink the same shade of pink as Storyteller, the dude that showed up in the desert?
No. And Storyteller, that was a cloak made out of... It was a rough-hewn cloak made out of pink.
Yeah, I was just like wondering like if there's any semblance that this could be that person.
Nope.
Because they both said they're seekers of knowledge. Whatever the... Daka does not trust Solvin Black or anyone in his inner circle.
Oh, I know. I can see that this is a hard sell for all of you. But again...
Let me ask you one thing then. If you oppose force itself and all of these gods in creation, it doesn't give me much faith in your ability to oppose gods, because if that was the case, the gods would have already dealt with you.
I have two things to note. The first is, why do you assume that the gods drive creation?
Well,
if they don't, who does?
Who made the gods?
The gods aren't necessarily needed to be made. They are entities of their own will.
You are debating with a philosopher. I believe that this is an argument that I could pick apart very quickly. But as a cleric, I will respect your faith rather than destroy it. Even if I do not believe in the gods' power.
There may be gods all the way down, but better gods you know than gods you don't.
Perhaps. That is a choice for you to make, it would seem.
You can understand what it sounds like is happening is Black maybe saying all these things that he wishes to do away with the gods, but once all those seats are empty, who takes them up?
It does create a power vacuum, and men are just as fickle as the gods, if not more so.
You think so?
I mean,
what if I told you that gods have died before?
I mean, I could very well believe that, but
I know this to be true.
Trading one evil for another is not exactly a enticing proposition.
You should know of the process, that when a god dies, its hold over that power is gone forever. There is no replacing that god. if we are successful and we kill the gods, war, knowledge, life, death, all of these things will become completely available to us without being yoked by some ethereal force beyond our reach, choosing these systems for us.
So you'll trade the push of the gods, you know, in their little wars and entanglements, trying to use mortals for their own ends, to mortals using other mortals for their own ends. I mean, really, it's just a continuation, the same process. You're just cutting the head off a snake for another one to grow in its place. I don't really see what your end game is.
Couldn't we do better as mortals?
Could we?
Couldn't we? Isn't anything better than what we have now? Our entire lives are controlled from birth through life to death by the gods.
Even if there were no gods, they'd still be controlled by other mortal men.
You don't know that. You could only suspect that. But even if that were true, can you not see yourself giving freedom to others?
It's your profession to talk in circles.
And
it is indeed to talk in circles. I will remind you, I am a philosopher.
Don't then talk in circles somewhere else.
As I said earlier, I was on my way out the door, except you all keep asking me questions. It would seem that my welcome is overstayed.
Don't put your shit on us, man.
I wish you all a good afternoon.
You're about as welcome as Black himself. If I see him again.
Again? Black has never met you, to my knowledge.
Then he's lied to you.
Perhaps it would be the first time.
Well, then think on that then. Why would he have to lie to his inner circle? Unless he has something else to hide.
So he looks at you strangely for a moment and said, I will consider this. Then he pushes away from his chair and stands up. Walks out of the library.
I don't like this place. It smells funny. Who wants to go get drunk with me?
That sounds like a good idea.
Now we have no repercussions for it.
Doc will get a quick drink, but then back to the library because there's shit here that he needs to sift.
Yeah, like, back to the library, yo.
I have to go with Daka because I speak
back
more
to the lab again.
No, I'm sure there's people here that could translate for me if you want to go party.
I mean, I'm fine with helping to translate, just so the less outside people we have to rely on, the better.
So me and Finley gonna throw it down.
I mean, I'll have a drink, but I'm not gonna go crazy as soon as Doc.
Well, I mean, I want to do that week of merrymaking. You know, I want to.
Well, I mean, we've got
get a respite from my mental.
You just want to go on a bender, is what you're saying.
So let me ask you a question: are you looking to relax, or are you looking to carouse?
Carouse is what we need to do, right?
Well, relaxation will give you a week off for every week that you spend relaxing. Carousing costs money. In order to be,
the guy was sponsoring this.
He is.
Yeah. So carousing. Yeah.
Okay.
Carousing is when we get the month, right?
Yes. All right. So you're carousing with what passes for the middle class here, which is a very small percentage of the population. It's people who don't work during the daytime. Smiths, artisans, writers, philosophers, some of the monks. Who's leading this carousing? Henley, you look like you're nodding.
I think it's Finley. I think it has to be Finley.
Okay, all right, Finley. I need you to make a charisma persuasion check real quick.
Okay.
Crosswipe from an intense conversation in a library to a halfling doing a keg stand.
Everybody have fun tonight.
8.
Everybody wang chung tonight.
I just imagine they're partying and it's just Doc always like, hey, look at this. Turn around. Oh, that's interesting. Take a book bag.
You open up a book. There's like the hairiest foot, nastiest halfling porn I've ever seen. I'm like, whoa.
You in the process, Kelly and Finley, you gained Sanshi Tar as a contact, basically. The monk master spends some time drinking. He's a master of various different styles. His personal style is not Drunken Master, but he knows of it, even if he hasn't personally completely mastered it yet. And while you're drinking, he like shows you the Drunken Master style like the whole time, and practices with Kelly with like mock boxing. Obviously, Sanchitar is much better at you at unarmed combat, and uses his drunken boxing to dodge a ton of blows.
I believe it.
Yeah.
How do you spell his name?
I will put it down there. So you can now call upon him as you would a friend. So, Daka and Agram, what are you looking for in this library?
What did I say last time?
What did you say last time? I don't have any notes.
There's a bunch of... You should have information on the surrounding ruins.
Yeah. I'm mostly here just to help Daka translate whatever he needs to translate, or, you know, if he has some stuff we need to come through, that like a ton of it, I'll help him do that, but he's kind of leading the way here.
Because I'm looking for stuff basically in history sections on like the ruins, how they got here, how they were used, who built them, if they know who built them. Like, we know it's someone told us it's like before whatever
any ritual happened here. Rituals specific cultures might be performing there.
Yeah, anything related to time rituals or spells.
Magic fuckery.
All right, I'm hearing a lot of stuff here. So let me start in reverse order. Time rituals, time spells, time fuckery,
extraplanar magic,
extraplanar magic,
and the ruins and what they, and if they connect to anything of those.
Okay. All right. You can make, one of you, I guess, can make an intelligence check with advantage from the other.
What's your intelligence?
12. So
okay, you do it.
Okay.
I like how two bookworms are like the least intelligent.
I'm not a bookworm. I'm just a translator.
I just fell into the bookworm role because that seems to be what I do with every character, and I've got a 9 intelligence.
So, Agram's like, I'm emotionally intelligent, except when it comes to animals. I fucking hate those.
I'm emotionally intelligent.
He's tactically intelligent. He's not. There's a difference between reading the
battlefield and reading books.
We're reading The Art of War and then reading, you know, ancient. It's like normal.
An 8 is not so great.
No, it's not.
All right, you go through all of the books. Time rituals, time spells, time fuckery, extraplanar magic. None of that is in here. Everything you're talking about is so highly theoretical. It's classified as a 8th or 9th level spell.
Jesus.
There's only been a few known spellcasters in history. Acheron Silverblade is listed as one of them. Tarnax Lemonochrome is listed as another. But like less than 10 people in history have even been capable of casting such spells, and not, they're like, the names mentioned are all legendary ancient figures. None of them are still living, mostly because you keep killing Acheron Silverblade every single time.
But like legendary and like what?
Thousands of years, epic. They were capable of like destroying towers and raising mountains.
Like
this
is a guy in the salt mines, right?
Yes. Yes, they all of the people come from civilizations that are all long dead or were elves, you know.
Like that's what I'm asking, because there are elves around today.
Yes, there are elves around today that were there when Elven society was formed. So the two pieces of information you get are about one such elf. Who is still alive. He is not a spellcaster, but in the books that you have, he is listed as being a extremely powerful individual who was somehow involved in creating humans. So within the monarchy, there wasn't a lot of information about where humans came from. You managed to pick stuff up at the sides. Here in the Empire, they pretty much openly know that the elves basically created humans as plague rats. The information he goes over, the elves created them as a biological weapon capable of mating with other races and infecting them with diseases as a result. So they just released horny humans into populations to like
biological warfare.
Yeah, humans are the result of biological warfare.
I fucking knew it.
Explains the smell.
Oh my god, so insulting.
So like I'm sitting here just being like half plague rat.
Well, so half races were completely unintentional. The elves didn't know that that was possible, and obviously half elves became a thing, and they were like, oh shit, how do we treat these people? They're like half disease dog and half noble race.
Did it have a name?
Yes, I'm sorry, I gotta look the name up. I know that he exists, I just forgot what I named him.
Okay.
It's somewhere deep in my notes. Who knew I needed tonight?
Because I'm updating the note sheet, and it's
understood. And I know that you guys like this and are actually. His name is Flurry the Elder.
Flurry, as in like the normal spelling of Flurry?
No, it is Elven Flurry.
Of course it is.
FLUR''Y, the Elder.
McFlurry.
And he is essentially considered like a semi-retired, at the time this book was written, which was like 80 years ago, he's considered a semi-retired honored statesman in the caldera of the elves. He just like travels around, talks to people. He was once considered a very strong sword mage. The term is not explained here. They do make it very clear that he's not a magician in any way, though. He's not a strong spellcaster. He's he's just like a noble leader.
Well, we have someone to look for, I guess.
So the other thing you find is a reference to the Lion of the Sands, which is what it's listed as in this book. Everything is written in Elven and then copied in Sylvan. So on the left page it'll be in Elven, and on the right page it'll be Sylvan, which means both of you can read the book, just in different parts of it.
Very Shakespearean.
This shows up in the middle of it as being important somehow. It appears to be the ancient flag of the elves when they first formed, and it's difficult to tell based on your role. The text is kind of faded and worn, and you aren't able to interpret very much, but for some reason this flag and the shape of it is important to discovering the ruin beneath the Lion of the Sands. The text alludes to the Lion of the Sands being a capstone for a great danger. I've included the translation in both Elvish and in English beneath that banner of what the banner says. So it says, O munta min o sui min itarina, I menal na earth amen sui min faria, which is the current slogan of the Elven Nation, which says, from nothing we become, as one we travel forward, the heavens are what unite us as we reach.
Is that anything similar to what was on the dais earlier?
I don't know. Did you write down notes of what was on the dais earlier?
Outer ring, gaze upon the works left broken around us, wonder at the world, secrets have come, blah, blah, blah. Inner ring, though we are mighty, spec compared to their curse symbol. Not specifically, no. So can you post that in chat?
Post what in chat?
What's on the flag?
It's in the handout.
On the bottom. Yeah.
Scroll down in the handout.
Just scroll down.
Oh, there we go. Sweet.
So what type of shenanigans, Brian, did Finley lead us through during this week of merriment?
Really, though, we need to answer a question. Who is Finley Longbottom?
He is someone who enjoys his drinks and enjoys his women, men. Doesn't matter. He just likes to have a good time.
Pansexual? Omnivorous?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Carnivorous. He just consumes.
That's right. It's going back to that whole vor thing.
No, please, no. No, I'm good.
I don't know. I don't think I'd ever want to go back inside another lizard, but I mean, if that's you, man.
Suddenly, I'm glad to be in the library.
Yeah, me too. I wish I was.
You should be.
Daka and I are enjoying the peace and quiet. Let's put it that way.
I'm just like flipping pages, and every once in a while you hear like the muffled squishy noises on the outside of the library.
Oh, man.
So, this merriment, right, that we did, this carousing, that removes
for 1 month.
Is that a month of like
real time for you?
Die? Okay, real time. Okay.
So you are now capable of communicating with your agent of your god, Tall, whenever you meditate again.
I will definitely do that after we finish this for sure. I want to see
at the end
up.
of the week, you sit down and you start meditating. You appear in almost like a Grecian amphitheater, overrun with grass, broken stones, still strongly standing as best they can. Tall is in the center of the amphitheater and says, "I see you again. Kelly, welcome. It has been some time. Actually, I must say, we have never met. But the Guzangus has whispered to me that you and I have spoken before."
It's true, we have, yes.
I cannot say that I understand it, but welcome. Welcome back.
Oh, death doesn't hold me. That's really all you should know about that.
That is a frightening prospect.
Yes. So,
you should know.
What guidance can you offer me?
There is much going on in the world. You say that death cannot hold you, but it would appear that death is attempting to hold everything.
What do you mean?
It was thought of as simply rebellion in the south. Where you came from, the mountain, the city,
Bondarok?
Flemia, Bondarok, the monarchy, all of them have fallen. The land is being covered in a great darkness, a horde of undead being led by a, well, we should call him as he is, even though he is profane to us now. Rorik, Blackguard of the god of death.
Hold up. You mean that stupid buffoon that was standing on the rocks all the time?
My eyes did not witness what happened to him, for I was cast from the area. But the town was burned, and in the wake of the kobold attack on the town, he was dark. He reclaimed his paladin powers through the power of death and is now acting as a champion for the god of death, the Taker. Everywhere he goes, he brings destruction, and his army grows in sizes. He has risen up. The spellcasters, Gleemo, Count Bondarok, both have become powerful undead in his army. More and more join him everywhere he goes. Millions now follow him. They are spreading across the land like a disease. Doom has come to this world.
How long ago was this?
Days, weeks. Almost 20 days ago.
Man. He is a coward. I'm not surprised that he turned the way he has.
I do not know what to say. I have watched over him for most of his life, and he showed no sign of falling to the darkness, but now he is truly lost to us. In such a short time, so many have died, and they will come soon. They will come. They will cross the mountains after making their way through the dwarves, and they will be everywhere.
They
are looking for you.
For me?
For your coterie, your group. Rorik seeks you. I do not know this personally, but Guzenguz has told me. The god of death seeks to claim all of you. All of these events have been set in motion by her.
What else did Guzenguz say?
I'm afraid that this is the extent of what I can share with you.
Am I to kill this Rorik?
That is your choice. I can only guide. I cannot tell you what to do.
And you said the kobolds set this in motion?
The last thing I saw before the darkness fell upon the world was a kobold attack on the village of Flemia. On the 12th day of wet, they fell upon it with savage knives, black and green, all of them. When I could see again, Rorik was wearing armor carved from dead bodies of kobolds, black and green patchwork, an army of skeletons and zombies at his back. The village in flames. As he travels, he destroys the god's ability to see sight. We can no longer go to the places where he is.
Okay.
And I know this is a very serious discussion, but I do need to ask you, what spells would you like tomorrow?
I gave him the list. It's the same that I've always
all right,
had.
These are some pretty good choices.
So, what was the lion place called?
The Lion of the Sands, the Tegaros tiger.
Do you know anything about the Lion in the Sands?
I'm sorry, I don't inhabit that area. I don't know anything about it.
Is it possible for you to look?
I could, but
find out.
Your faith is not strong enough to allow me to travel far. If you were to devote yourself more greatly to Guzenguz, you would be given access to stronger and stronger abilities. Even this, bringing you dire tidings from across the world, is stretching Guzenguz's power to the breaking. It is difficult because everywhere he goes, he spreads battle. And so temporarily has made her stronger, but she is afraid.
Tell me the exact day this battle happened.
The 12th of Wet.
I have much to plan. You will probably see me for the first time again very soon. Is there anything that I can say to you that will make it so that we don't have to have these conversations once more?
I am sure that if it's necessary, Guzenguz will inform me of anything I need to know.
All right. Okay, so I will snap back to reality.
There goes gravity.
No, gravity's still completely intact.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. And I'm going to kick open the door of the library.
I want to remind you that requires you going through the throne hall of Tongsang Wei, going to the back of it, and then poof.
It's like, as I'm walking past, it's like, undead army's coming, by the way, just sort of let you know.
This is the library.
And then I'll open the door and I'll walk quickly and loudly over to where Ducka and Agrim sit.
I'm drunkenly following behind.
I have tidings.
Oh shit, if he's bringing tidings, we are fucked.
I spoke to Guzenguz, and it seems our friend Rorik has turned into a necromancer's bitch, and he's now leading a army of undead across the entire Magdad nation.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Why couldn't he just stayed standing on rocks?
Well, specifically, it was the combined action of the green and black kobolds that we have ignored up until this point.
They're working together.
Well, they attacked together. I don't know if they're working together. Anyway, 12 of wet. That's the day this all goes down.
So how much time does that give us?
From when we came out of the mountain?
We just need to stay in Bondrock then, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess there are things that we need to do. Like, we need to equip ourselves, like armor-wise and stuff like that, I guess.
Didn't we gather most of our equipment from Bondrock and Flemia, though?
Mostly Bondrock, not Flemia.
Except for the magic shit that we got from the tower.
Yeah, but the magic shit will come with us, so.
Most of it.
Some of it.
Yeah. Perhaps we should be on our way to this lion then. There's not much we can do about this undead horde right now, and they are making their way over to the Sunpath Empire.
I don't know if the lion is the correct move.
Look, we need information.
I have a name. This man is alive. The same class of people as the elf we slayed in the salt mines and this Tarnax Lamonochrome that was in the place beneath with the elven armors, you remember.
Right. All the way back there.
It's a colleague of theirs, I assume. One of these legendary beings, legendary elves. He's still alive. If we can find him, maybe he has some answers. An actual person to talk to instead of books.
But we don't have all that much time if the undead army is going to come.
We have all the time in the world.
That is true.
So what do we do with our remaining time here?
God, I wish we had ended the episode on that line. We have all the time in the world. Black screen credit roll. That would have been fucking amazing, man. All right, you keep going.
Their challenge now is to get to the north where the elves would be. This his name? Fury the Elder?
Lurie.
You don't want to find what's at the bottom of this time temple.
It's in the same book, it said that it was a capstone for doom and destruction, which seems to be on the road already.
Well, two evils fighting it out.
We can't guarantee that they won't join forces.
Dave's like, it's Chronicles of Riddick, and Drumurboy's like, no, it's every Marvel fighting game ever.
Yeah. You've heard of the Nega MCU?
What do you suggest then?
Warwick was turned by a god?
Well, I think he felt a temptation more than anything. He was a cowardly man, as you all know.
I love that this is being framed through you.
I mean, I'm the one that has.
Yeah, he's the conduit to the angel or whatever. So we have to go off what he's got.
So good.
I wouldn't put it past Elven Black to.
No, this isn't Starwood Black. This is Lady Death.
Yeah, this is why I'm not putting it past Elven Black to influence the gods in some way, so that the people will be more inclined to want to kill them. You understand?
Not really. I've never met this man that you speak of.
If you turn the people against the gods, which seems to be happening already, then it'll be that much easier for Stalvin Black and his circle to take power, because everyone will be on his side anyway.
I mean, all these people you talk of, they're turning into undead, so perhaps it's not related.
Anything with the gods, I believe, some connection to Stalvin Black because he wishes them to be gone.
Can I meditate again?
Yes.
I will. I want to talk. I want to ask specifically Tor. I want to ask him if he knows anything about what Stalvin Black is doing.
Tor's just like, I'm sorry, I don't have any information in that regard.
You know that he is planning to usurp all of the gods.
We don't like to talk about that.
Yeah. My companions seem to think it might have something to do with this Lady Death running amok. That maybe those two are in cahoots.
Kelly, it would be best for you if you did not speak on heresy. Do not spread the word of Stalvin Black. Do not talk about him. If you could eliminate him for Guzenguz, it would go a great way towards gaining favor for the God of War. But if you cannot kill him, then simply do not speak of him. Do not spread word of him. It is heresy against the gods.
Very well. I think we were planning on killing him anyway.
Very well.
So I'll leave my meditative state again. I like how quickly I can go into them, by the way. That's great.
No, it takes you a whole hour.
Yeah.
You're like, so, I come in and out of it instantly, and I'm like, no, you have to meditate for an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
We're just sitting there like.
I do the Scrubs thing where I'm just like,
yeah.
You come out of it and you're like, rainbow unicorns, and everyone's like, what the hell is he talking about?
I pointed Finley over to like the hairy foot section.
I'm on my way.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the plan now? Are we heading north?
If we head north, we got to fight the beetle, probably.
Yeah.
If we head,
well, we definitely can't go back to Fort Kuso because that's where the undead is, and that's ravenous.
Yeah. Like we could do the other, like the line in the sand, but
let me throw this out to you guys. Right? We're kind of close to the end of this session. Maybe you guys want to take 2 weeks to think about it.
We could.
There's a fuck ton of shit going on, and you guys are in like 8 different directions.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem. I've got adventures prepared for every direction now, because who knows where the fuck you're gonna go.
Well, I mean, I think we had a pretty good idea where we're gonna go. Then Arthur's like, "Yo, Undead Legion," and I was like,
So
what
look,
the twist?
Here's the thing, right? The guy who made all the Rorik art, Raddosaurus. Like the very first thing I said to him was like, I need Rorik, and then I need Blackguard Rorik, or maybe Undead Rorik, one of those two. So ever since the beginning, I knew that there was going to be a possibility of Undead Rorik being like, I'm here, I'm Arthas the Death Knight, you know, I'm the Lich King. What's up, bitches?
Does he still like to stand on rocks? I know the real Rorik is in there.
I like to stand on ice.
No, the rock he wants to stand on top
bones.
of is the rock that is the entire world.
Yeah,
a rock made out of skulls.
Yes, exactly.
You son of a bitch!
I mean, aren't skulls really just rocks in a different form?
I mean,
I guess.
technically, yes.
Sure. They're a little more organic.
No, calcium.
Aren't all rocks organic?
Sure.
Whoa!
All rocks are non-GMO.
rocks. How do they work?
Nobody
At least
knows.
we're not asking about magnets. So, look, guys, I
Aren't
don't want this to
magnets
be a
rocks?
thing where I say, let's take 2 weeks to make a decision, and then we come back after 2 weeks and you guys are like, oh shit, we didn't do fuck about this. So I'm going to remind you guys at some point to think about it.
That's
But
probably a good
Spootnik will be
plan.
on vacation, so think about it over the next few days, which direction you want to go at. Audience, I don't have anything to say to you. Shit is just fucking insane right now.
Yeah.
I was like,
Audience who's
here's a
sexy.
super hard boss fight. And the players are like, what if we sneak in,
Bam.
ambush this dude, take him out before the second turn is even done? And I was like,
I did roll 2 crits on an investigation to plan that bitch. So like,
yeah,
as
I'm
far as
aware
I'm-
that somehow your guys' plans keep working out. It's really infuriating. I can't believe I'm like, why don't you guys roll some dice? And you're like, what if you do roll some dice out there? What if we roll them real well? And I'm like, why are you making that sound? And you're like, where are you making that sound? And I'm like, all right, fine, you can have whatever you want, okay?
Joke's on you. We've got 20-sided dice that all faces are 20s.
Oh,
That's
shit.
right.
We rolled a lot of crits that round, actually.
I did. I rolled max damage twice.
I just got some high damage rolls.
Someone was saying crits go on sneak attack. I don't know whether that's true or not. I'll have to look it up. But
No, I don't.
it would
I
not have
don't-
made a difference. You guys thoroughly rolled
Yeah,
that
he was-
fight.
Crits
Crit
do
on
go
sneak
on. Crits do go on Hunter's Mark though, so I would assume maybe sneak attack as well.
It might be an assassin thing too.
Crit sneak attack. Does rogue sneak attack double on a crit? Yes. Okay, there you go.
Ta-da.
It's literally the first
Whoa.
answer, page 75 in the book.
The internet provides.
Holy shit! Go rogue fighter. Get the champion thing where your crits are a much bigger range.
1920. Yeah.
1920, and then
He's got the skill that
That's a super common thing
Yeah.
to do.
he's also got the skill that like
horrendous.
assassin or whatever that whatever hits is also a crit.
That's his. I thought it was his first round of combat.
No,
though.
it's
That's-
assassin,
yeah,
but it's
it's
against
enemy
it's only against unaware
surprise.
targets.
But
Damn.
that's like an instant melting of a character though.
Yeah, it instantly melted that dude. So
How much health did he have? 85.
85 something,
Well, I
And
did
his
like
rider thing had like 50 or 60.
75 something. I don't
Jesus.
remember offhand. It was just a lot.
I did roll like 41 against that lizard.
I did like 35, I think.
Good news,
Ah.
everyone! It's worth 1100 XP each.
Oh shit! I forgot to do XP. Let's do outros real quick while I go get the XP come out.
Cool.
I assure you, it's not 1100 though. Definitely not that.
All right. Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Dave. I sell video games on the internet. We have 2 new video games coming out in July. One's called Warlocks 2. The other one's called Wrecked. They're both on Switch. Go check that shit out. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. You can find all the previous stuff I used to do when I was streaming a bunch at youtube.com/Henley. All these blokes are in various things on there. So if you want to see more of them, that's the way to do it. And if you have a Twitch Prime subscription, throw it at Arthur. Just jam it through the screen at Arthur.
Right up in there.
But only do it if the BattleTech crew tells you to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because they're the ones that came up with it, not us, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys jealous?
We just stole it. No, we simply just stole the idea from them. That's all. So.
Just remember, when it comes to D&D groups, I love the other group more.
That's fine. They
You
don't
guys
ruin
may
all
be
of your
more
lives,
popular,
man.
but I just like them more.
Yeah, they probably make fun of you less.
I don't know that that's... Well, now that you say that, now I'm like... That might be true. I never
maybe-
even thought about it that
Maybe
way.
they don't. Maybe they're.
Look at it this way, AP.
They give me beautiful art on demand. So
At least we're just brutally honest with you. You gotta appreciate that a
oh
little.
my god, there's so many people that are like, AP, I'm just here to keep your ego in check. And I'm like, really? You think I need my ego kept in check? The massive
I love
depression's not doing it for you, huh?
I love it that in their game, when they get to the Lizard King, there's going to be 2 Lizard Kings.
Well, judging by how they've talked in chat before, there might just be.
I would talk about this on Patreon, on my monthly Patreon video, just like Sunday, where I was like, the New Game Plus group, I can throw increasingly difficult combats at them. The on the tabletop group, they're all new except for bearded, so I give them easier combats that they're capable of handling. Because they would die to being eaten by lizards. They would just die.
Baby king lizard.
Look, what everybody here has been playing tabletop for like what 10 years apiece.
I mean, you've been playing 5e since it came out, all of you.
I've been playing like a year and a half.
I mean, I started with 3.5 in Pathfinder, and there's everything else.
I think I'm like 5 years in.
I started like 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Well, you've been tabletop adjacent for a while, Drumurboy.
That's true. Like 6 years.
Yeah, so I mean, that makes perfect sense. Plus, I'm
6 years is about how long 5e's been out, right? What was it, 2013?
2014, I think.
That doesn't sound right.
Maybe 2013, 2014, something like that.
It's 2012.
It's not been horribly long, but plus,
you don't think most of a decade? 2014. I mean, 5 years is a pretty long time. You're young. You'll get there.
D&D 6th edition is coming out pretty soon.
No, it's not. Don't lie about that shit.
But 3.5 and Pathfinder before. But I assume they also don't take a second to like, all right, look, we can ambush them here. They're coming in from this way. Did they just charge in there?
Well, they draw, and we're playing tactical.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they're still fighting stuff. But
wow, that's really insulting.
I don't know any of them.
No one ever goes up to you and is like, "Well, Drumurboy makes music and we play tactically." That would be really insulting, wouldn't it? And it wouldn't make very much sense.
Surprised. You'd be surprised, or like, you make music. How about you get a real job and stop being so dumb?
Oh well, that's just fucking stupid. That is a clear non-understanding of how culture works, or society, or art.
That's like half of the. Okay.
Yeah. No, we don't need to have this conversation, Drumurboy.
Imagine the average person and how like common sense is kind of evades them sometimes. I'm going to realize half of the world's population is below that, and a small subsection is significantly below that.
George Carlin, rest in peace.
Get the picture there.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I'm Drumurboy.
Wait, before you do your outro, everybody gets 875 experience points.
Fucking what? Holy
Almost 1100.
So what does that put us at? Because we're all on the same scale now.
Plus what?
875.
Oh, 875. Sorry. Okay. So
6279.
Yeah.
6279.
Yep.
69.
Nice, man, we are so close to level 5, boys.
Yeah, but it's going to be 2 weeks before we can play again.
If I go take that vacation, it'll be 3 weeks, bitch.
Motherfucker.
Still gotta figure that out.
This guy.
Then I can make a decision on whether I'm going Warlock or whether I'm getting 2 attacks around.
2 attacks around is pretty hard to give up.
I know, but I've been saying I'm going Warlock for so long, and that's going to take a really long time if we wait till level 6.
Look, all you need to do is go find the guy in the world that has a giant book that can, change your class, and then you all reclass into whatever your new class is.
Yeah.
Kelly's like, what if I was a rogue? And Finley's like, what if I was a sorcerer?
Yeah.
I'm just going.
Suddenly they get electrocuted and their classes change. You're like, oh god, my clothing has changed.
This sure is a Freaky Friday.
I kind of wish there was 2 lizards.
Everybody just turns around and Agram's just shirtless with a giant mohawk and 2 big axes in his hand because he's gone full barbarian.
You just like have styled your beard differently.
I just go fucking full dwarven slayer.
Yeah. Oh god.
I'll be Wookiee Doctor. That's what I'll be.
Wookiee Doctor. Everyone knows that's literally the most broken class in existence.
I'll go 1 level in every class.
That's called the absurd.
Yeah. Is that
a real thing?
Yeah, go look it up. Absurd.
What's the Magic the Gathering deck with every color?
Slivers.
Oh. You mean Bant?
I'll do that.
You mean Jank?
D&D. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm going to throw it in Discord. Absurd for you.
Is it outro time now?
Yeah, go ahead, Daka. Sorry, I interrupted.
Sweet. I'm Drumurboy. You can listen to my music at Spotify, on iTunes, Google Play Music, Amazon Music, or Pretzel Rocks, actually.
I'm sorry, what? Did you say
Rocks.
Pretzel Rocks?
Yeah, it's a thing for Twitch streamers. If you don't want to get copyright claimed, they have like a huge library of music that actually pays people. Like pays the artist. It's free to use. You just have to have like an attribution chatbot, or there's a paid version that you pay $5 a month for, and you have access to stream safe huge library of streamstick music. So if that's up your alley and you don't want to be copyright claimed for everything you do, press rocks. I'm also sound designer at Nerd or Die. I'm working on a new thing right now. Should be out in a couple weeks if everything goes well. And yeah. Spooty, what's up?
Yeah, my Twitch channel is still screwed up. I can't log in.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's a long time to be without a Twitch channel, man.
Nah, I'll probably just start a new one at this point because they have been helpful this much. But that's all right. You can still follow me on Twitter, Spootnik_71, and everybody be good while I'm gone.
Okay, all right.
You're
Speaking of someone who won't be good while we're gone, let's talk to Atomic.
Your house is going to be covered in cheese when you come back.
Yeah, Spooty. I'm
American cheese.
I don't think I can functionally be good. I don't think it's just not in my moveset. Yeah, I play games on the internet. A lot of salt. Been streaming as Pathfinder Kingmaker. It's interesting. I guess they fixed a lot of the bugs, so I waited long enough. But still, I've restarted I think 3 or 4 times now, just because there's some. I'm like still figuring out how the classes differ in that from whatever. So I'll probably stream more of that. Still streaming Warcraft stuff on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and yeah, putting together more Space Marines. I got a bunch of people in my Discord. They're like, "Oh, you should stream that and just have a chat thing." I'm like, "Fucking why?" I like blaring Rammstein and putting Space Marines together. So, but maybe. But yeah, Atomikspoon on Twitter and then Atomikspoon on Twitch. That's all I got.
That covered everybody.
Yeah,
okay.
So for you, Arthur.
Well, I don't need an outro. We'll be back in 2 weeks, or if I decide to throw away all my responsibilities and give my cat to somebody else for a week, in 3 weeks.
Gorge on bacon, going to the bacon sea.
Look, man, I know that eating an unlimited amount of bacon sounds like a good idea for you, but
it's actually not.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
All I just want is like a nice bacon sandwich, like once a day in the morning.
Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. That's way more doable for me.
No, like
probably I'm gonna be drinking mimosas every day.
Feeling saucy.
I want to use.
Here's the thing about cruises, right? If you pick the same company over and over again, you start to get reward levels with them. And I'm at the point where they give me bottles of alcohol, and like they give me champagne waiting in my room that's already chilled when I go check in. Ooh. And so I just leave it in the little mini fridge, and then I'm like, get everything else out of the mini fridge. I don't want to be tempted by any of this shit. Get it out of here, and put my champagne in there. And I just let them do that. And then every morning I get the continental orange juice and like a donut or something brought to my room, and I just have fucking mimosas before I go grab breakfast. Just day drink every single day. Just spend all day buzzed on mimosas, 100%.
The only cruise I'd ever want to go on is the 70,000 tons of metal. It's just a floating metal cruise. It's a beautiful thing.
Disney cruises are pretty good too, but I don't think you'd want to go on one like that.
I don't know.
I just want a 70,000 tons of metal across Disney cruise. The most Disney metal cruise.
Well, I love how the cruise is the crews on the ship have always said that like 3 to 4 times the amount of alcohol gets delivered, but the people are so nice because metalheads are used to being treated like shit. So it's like they don't flip out if they have one less chicken tindy or something like some people will.
Yeah.
So I mean that would be like do it once. It's just you could, depending on the band lineup, you could knock out a lot of bands in one go. It's only like $450 for it's like a 4-day thing, you think?
Go see the Dio hologram on the ship.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, maybe one day.
Yep, that's it. We'll be back in an unknown amount of time to have more stuff happen. Everything will be Spootnik's fault. Hopefully, the party here will have made a decision as to what direction they're going in. Dwarves, Elven Temple, north up to the elves. Maybe they're going to go fight a giant sand beetle. Maybe they're going to go... Yeah, you should split it into 2 parties. One of them is going to go reclaim Gondor. The other one is going to cross a swamp. And the third party is going to go get stuck in a forest fighting the greatest wizard in the world.
Yes. Gleemo.
That's the reason I didn't tell the party about what happened to Gleemo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just wait until Finley has to solo undead Gleemo. Who's just like, I've come for you with the fun. He's just firing magic missiles everywhere. He's still doing party tricks.
You're the best of all of us. You're supposed to bring balance to the force.
Allow me to attack you with
Balance to the function,
rainbows.
not betray it.
Gleemo's the only one without like a without a costume change because he was already edgelord enough.
Oh, just wait until undead Aardvark shows up. Am I right?
I'm gonna kill him as soon as I see him.
Oh yeah, Hunter's Mark.
We're gonna freaking Lizard King Aardvark if he shows up.
I'm just gonna shove my crossbow in his face and then pull the trigger.
Right. The news. By the way, the new keyword for do something,
Lizard King.
irrational, is Lizard King.
Yeah.
Nice.
If someone says Lizard King in conversation, we all stab a bitch.
We fuck him
we
up.
all go.
I can roll with that.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
We'll be back. Have a good night. So here we are again. It's always such a pleasure.